Hi everyone, my name is Nagarjuna. Today I'm going to explain about the connection between Java and Cassandra and how we can leverage the use of Java to implement the basic CRUD operations in the Cassandra DB. So for that, I'm using the tutorial that's being displayed here. So there are basically two parts of this tutorial. First, I'm going to jump into the database part and I'm going to create a key space and a table. So let's go there. So initially, I have started the Cassandra server in the foreground using Cassandra F, and after it has started, I went ahead and created a key space called company, and I'm going to show you describe key space company. So in this key space, I have created a key space called company with the replication factor of 4 and class simple strategy because we have only one data center and that's my computer. And I have created a table called employees and it has 4 attributes: employee ID, first name, last name, and salary. And now we are going to use the Eclipse IDE for the connection between the Java and the Cassandra, and we are going to use this software to update by using the commands that's been written in this code. And now I'm going to explain this code, what it is doing exactly to the database. So the initial setup I have done is to install the application, and I have created a Java project and a class, and I have used few libraries and Java files, and now I'm gonna open it for you. So after going into the build path, these are the Java files and the libraries that I have for this project. Now let's go to the code. So here basically I have imported drivers from the datastacks.com. Then I have created two classes called cluster session. Cluster is for to connect this application to the database, and session is to open a session where you can have the option to connect to the exact key space that I have created in the database. Then I'm going to insert into the database. I'm going to create a new record of an employee. Then I'll go to the update part where I can update the details of an employee. Then we'll go to the final part, that's deleting a record from the database. And finally this part is with result set. So it generally gets the result from the database, and we are using the for loop to display those results. So let's go ahead and do the insert part first. Now I'm going to run this file and see what happens now, and it's still running. If you can see, it has inserted a record into the database, and let's check if it has inserted into the database by going and selecting from the employees table in the key space. So it has inserted a record called Vinay, and now let's go to the update part. Here I am updating the employee salary from 150,000 to 180,000, and I'm going to hit this button and see if it's going to update or not. So if we can see here, it has updated from 150,000 to 180,000. Let's check in the database. I'm gonna hit this again. So the previous employee salary is 150,000. Now it's 180,000. Now it has successfully updated, and let's go and do the delete part. Here I'm trying to delete the employee ID 3, and let's see if it gets deleted in the database or not. So I have displayed all the employee details. There is no employee ID 3, and let's go check in the database. So after running this statement, so there is no employee ID 3. You can see the difference from the upper result and the result down here. So that is all. So I tried to create CRUD operations basically from the Java, and I tried to update the database, and this is the end of the presentation, and thank you everyone.